Alright, so I've had this problem with both of my Saabs, with my O1 and my O3. It's a window roller that keeps breaking. And so I'm showing you guys how to repair it. So in order to get the window down, you don't have to take it out. I've learned how to do this. So you just flip the key and make sure you slowly roll it down to where that is viewable. But you gotta make sure to put it where both are visible. So that way if they're both broken, you can fix both. Alright, so here's the broken window roller. So all you gotta do is just pull it out. You can grab a piece of pliers, but I'll just be able to pull this out. You gotta give it a lot of pressure. These little plastic things are what break on them, and it makes it not very fun when you want to roll your window down for drive-thrus. So I got my parts from genuine Saab, from Euro Parts I'm sorry, and it's Euro Parts. And all you do is simple as this. So you make sure you just pop it back in. So here are simple things you got to worry about. So when you want to put it, make sure to align it. So first things first, you got to make sure this part of the window isn't bent in. So I usually do that is if it's bent in already, grab a screwdriver, make it straight. And just stick it in. Should be good now. Okay, so there, after that, you just make sure to align it. To align that, and I like to face them upwards. I don't think it matters, but just to be safe. And got myself a pair of Nipex pliers, so I'm gonna roll it up a little bit so I have space to grasp the roller and the window thing, so this way I can stick it in there and pinch it closed, because you want a lot of, so you hear that first click, and after that first click, that's not the whole way. And I learned this over my other car. I kept putting it in and I was getting upset because I would keep rolling it after I put the whole door panel back, and it was just causing a lot of trouble. So make sure it gets that really loud clack, and after it does that, it should be good. Notice how it's in there really nice and snug. I'm sorry if my recording is bad. It's been a while. But so after that, you could get some WD-40 or this stuff, and just to be safe with it, so it helps the car. Oil this up a little. Things just to help them roll. And I've learned to put some on the window too. This is just preference. You don't have to do this, but just to make it smoother for the car. After that, simple. I started recording a little late, but that's okay. And it has some glue already. You could either just stick it back on with the old one, or get some tape. I've seen people do tape on it. Simple as that. So after you get everything out, make sure you get those wires out, or else it'll be a struggle. And what I like to do first here, sorry I'm recording with one hand, but get the locking bar stick thing and stick it before you try to do anything else. That way it just lines it up better for you. And then after that, everything else should be easy. It just clicks in, kind of like Legos. I've always said that cars are just like Legos. And then so down here, so this black wire goes on the top. I'm sorry if my recording is very bad. I'm only using one hand, and I usually have my tripod with me. And the green goes on the bottom. Don't forget to plug the bottom one in. I tend to always forget, and I would always put the door panel on, and it was always a struggle. Yeah, after you do that one, then you get all your lining. And it's as simple as Legos, like I said. So you make sure to line this up right, or else you'll struggle later. There you go. So notice how they're all lined, those white things. And just push it in. If you don't make sure they're aligned, you'll break them. I've learned to not do that. And just work at it. Also remember to plug this in before you start doing anything. It's a little, the window thing, a little, so make sure to plug that in. So after you do that, you're gonna have this. You know, my other Saab, it's like they both fit together, but this one just seems to go on top. So I guess that's better. And give it some pressure. And this is an important tip. So make sure you do it just once at a time. Do those things so you don't break it. Since this is like plastic, it's not very strong. Like I said, make sure to follow the holes one by one, because if not, look, like this one, it's not in place. If you try to push it in, you might just break it. So make sure you do it one by one. And like I said, I'm very sorry about my recording. It's terrible. That's because I only have one hand. I just thought of making a video for you guys just in case there's not one already. Because I had to go through the process and teach myself. So see, this is what I was talking about. Right here, what you want to do, make sure it goes under. Or matches at least. So that's what I did. Like that. And then it should go in. Just like that. And I like to just grasp it all the way around. Make sure the door is closed right. Do that all the way around. And after that, here's the door one. So with this, I've learned that it's just a simple mechanism. So with that grabs onto that. And what I like to do, you just stick it in, and then to make sure I grabbed it, you pull the lever a little, and yeah, I seem to grab it, so we'll keep it in there. And then stick this one right here. I don't think I have to record me screwing it in, or else it'll just be a really messy show. But okay, after that, you make sure this cap goes like that. There's only one way of putting it in. You can't really mess it up. And then you close that. Don't close it because I'm not done yet. And then these two screws. Make sure when you take these out to not leave them in the door, because you'll probably drop them and lose them. So you put them in and then screw them. And I have myself a little Allen key. I don't know where it's at. Oh, there it is. Oh, this little key. And sometimes when they're like hard, I tend to grab my pliers like this, just to give myself some force. This is when I'm taking them out. I'm not just twist or whatever. And then for these are the little covers. Likewise for these, there's only one way of putting them in. And the curved one is the one that goes on the top, like that. And the regular cylinder one goes on the bottom like that. And there's only one way of putting them in. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe for other videos on the Saab, because I have two Saabs and I'm constantly working on them.